Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jake from TodaysiPhone.com and I got a haircut. Isn't it awesome? No? Yup. Anyway, here's what's going on this week. Okay, so the Verizon iPhone is out to everybody in retail stores and online, and we have a ton of coverage. We have a first look hands-on video with a comparison with the AT&T iPhone. We have a look at the Verizon iPhone's antenna system to see if it does suffer from the death grip issue that AT&T does, as well as a speed test between the two devices. We have a Verizon iPhone teardown from iFixit.com that reveals that the Verizon iPhone has a chipset inside that's compatible with both CDMA and GSM. We have a write-up about the Verizon iPhone already being jailbroken, as well as a ton of other stuff, so if you guys have not had enough of the Verizon iPhone, definitely head over to TodaysiPhone.com and check it out. Okay, moving on, we have a lot of next generation rumors this week, starting with iOS. Now, according to Cult of Mac, Apple is looking to buy a third-party developer to help them reinvent the notification system in iOS. Now, this is awesome news because as much as I love my iPhone, the notification system is seriously lacking, especially in comparison with Palm and Android. I know that if Apple tried, they could make some sort of notification system that's awesome and looks good and doesn't have those stupid little pop-ups that interrupt your games and stuff, but for some reason they have not put their time and energy into this yet. So hopefully when we finally see iOS 5 hit our devices, it'll have a sleek new notification system that blows the Android pull-down bar out of the water. Now, what better device to run iOS 5 than the iPhone 5? As most of you probably know, the iPhone is released on an annual schedule, usually with a launch date of somewhere in early summer. Now this week we got an event listing for the Moscone West Center in San Francisco. The schedule says the event will last from June 5th to June 9th, and under the convention name, it only says corporate meeting. Now Apple has used this venue in the past for their Worldwide Developer Conference. Now we were actually able to contact the Moscone Center and ask them about this event. Unfortunately though, their response was pretty short. Thank you for your email. This event is confidential and I am not authorized to share my information. Now, of course, we won't know anything for certain until the actual event or if somebody, lets the information slip in a bar somewhere. But this sounds like Apple to me. And finally, we have some very strange news coming out of Daring Fireball's John Gruber. Now, if you know anything about John Gruber, you'll know that he has a lot of rumors that may or may not sound legit, but a lot of the time he is dead on. But if you ask me, his most recent prediction is a little bit crazy. He's predicting that the iPad 3 will be announced at Apple's music event in the fall. Yes, you heard me right, the third generation Apple tablet. Now keep in mind that the second generation iPad has not even come out yet. And according to his time frame, there'd only be about a few months between the second gen and the third gen iPad. Now, I know this guy has a good track record, but I'm just not buying this. I really can't see Apple screwing over their iPad 2 customers like this by releasing the next gen device not even a year later. What's more, he names HP's touchpad in the reasoning for why Apple would do this, but if you remember last year, there were a bunch of rumors that Apple would release the iPhone 4 earlier than usual to compete with the growing number of Android devices. And as we all know, that did not happen, and the iPhone 4 was still wildly successful, so my guess is that they'll release the iPad 2 sometime around April, and the iPad 3 won't come around until probably a year after that. Okay, moving on, in accessory news, the iControl Pad is finally going to be shipping next week. Now, for those of you who don't know, the iControl Pad is a Bluetooth-enabled game controller that mimics the functionality of the game controllers of the past. If you look at this thing on your iPhone, it basically looks like a combination of the iPhone and a Game Boy. Now, like I said, it connects to your phone via Bluetooth and then it clamps to the sides of your phone. Now, because it's a Bluetooth device, it not only works with your iPhone or iPod, all generations, but also your laptop or your Android device or basically anything. Now keep in mind that this won't control every game on your device. The developer is going to have to support the iControl Pad in their application. And on iControl Pad's website, it says that you will be an early adopter and that support for this controller could be limited at first, but you should definitely contact your favorite developers and see if they're interested. But this is definitely a really cool idea and I'm sure a lot of developers are going to pick it up soon. If this sounds appealing to you, you can order it at iControlPad.com for $74.99. And finally, I want to tell you guys about a really cool video series that Daniel is starting. It's called iPhone vs. Wild, and he basically takes you out in the wild with his iPhone and shows you a bunch of different cool applications that can help you in any given situation. The first episode, where he goes to the mall, is up now, so you guys should definitely check it out, and keep your eyes open for future episodes soon. Alright, well that's it for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, definitely follow me on Twitter at TIPJ, and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. Oh, and don't forget, for more news, views, and reviews, check out TodaysiPhone.com.